friends, it's Advesia Coastal Magnolia. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're already a subscriber. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I love to experiment, and today is no different. So I have this little wine stopper. Can you see it? I have this little wine stopper that I made using some leftover resin. And whenever I'm working on a resin project, I always have a little mold like this, that if I have leftover resin, I can pour it in the mold. So that way I'm not wasting any resin and I'm making use of it. So follow along the video and see how I made this. So these are the little stoppers. It's a rubber, I don't think it's even rubber. Yeah, it's a rubber stopper with a wooden disc. There's a link in the description. I am going to use a little bit of this Play-Doh to hold this stopper still. And I'm going to use my resin that's left over from my other project. I need a dam. I need a tape dam. Well, I'm just using painter's tape. What is this? Blue painter's tape. And I just want a little dam around there. Just to keep the resin from running all over the place, and then put it back on here. And I really want to try this shell. Now I took my Dremel tool with a cutting disc and I cut off the tip. So I just cut it off really carefully, and I'm gonna just feel like it needs a little, I'm only going to put a little bit of glue, a little bit of hot glue on this tip just to keep it in place. Alright, so I'm just going to pick it up. I think I'm going to take the tape off because I really can't get down in there. Can you see that? So the glue is just holding the shell, and I'm going to take this is really, really thick. And I think it's still going to self-level, but not as much. So let's just see. I'm taking a nice big, this is like honey, cold honey. And I'm being trying to be careful not to get it all over the shell, but I have a feeling it kind of needs to be, you know what I should have done? I should have just maybe just take this off. I don't think I really need that. This is almost like making candy, like the cooked candy, taffy. So this is not ideal. I think this is messy. And potentially could get a lot of drips. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the tape back up here. I don't know if this is too late for the tape. I have a feeling that it is. But maybe it'll help to control the drips, and if I need to, I can always sand it off. Don't think that's going to be really effective, but we're going to leave it. Off to the side. You know, I got to thinking too. I sound like a total hillbilly, don't I? This one. So please excuse the strange transition right here, but I sometimes come up with ideas as I'm working on other projects. So that's what this is. And I might just put some little shells in there at the very base. I think that's a brilliant idea. Put this over, do another here. I'm just thinking right inside of there. Just a couple of them. While this resin is still soft enough, those will sink in there. Maybe not that one. Those will definitely sink down in the resin and attach. That. Can't really see. Can you see it? Let me get it up here. If you can see that. Just kind of pushing them down in there. I'm not getting ones that are really big. Just gonna see if I can push these down a little bit. Oh, this may end up working. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, and it hasn't been, well, let's see, it's been 2 hours. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the tape off of this one. I did get some leakage, but the tape was kind of an afterthought. I did get some leakage. The resin is a little bit soft, like I can dig my fingernail in it. But that is really cute. I like the shells. I think I would rather if the shells were completely encased in the resin, but you know, I can sand this off. I could probably get that off with a hot knife, but I don't know, I might leave it on there. It's not, doesn't look bad. So this is kind of cool. Well, that's completely off camera, isn't it? So I might leave that. I don't know. What do you think? This is cute. This is really, and this is just an experiment, so I don't know if I'm gonna keep it like this or not. I did get some resin on the top of it that I can get off, but oh, I really like it. I really like it. So this is a good, now see, I can still pull it up because the resin's not fully cured yet, so I'm not gonna pull on it too much. Overall, I like that one. I actually just changed my mind on this one. I think I'm gonna go ahead and take some UV resin and just fill in here on top of these shells and try to encase those a little bit. So let's go ahead and do that. See that? Okay. So I'm just going to take my UV resin and just a little bit at a time and just dome it a little bit. I think that's going to set this off for sure. Probably don't even need that Play-Doh anymore. Let's do that. Let's do it a little bit at a time. I'm just building little layers of this UV resin to encase these little shells. I'm gonna go one better. I'm gonna go get my little tiny turtle. Okay, I think I want to put a little turtle right here. So I want to get a good bit of this, because honestly, this is going to make the difference between a DIY and something that I could sell. Okay, that's good, getting in there. And this is an experiment, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to be selling this one yet. I just want to make sure this is good and cured. Oh, snap. All right. Let's get some more in there. All right, this is it. Look at that. This is gonna make the difference. This is the difference between, you know, just a little quick DIY and something that I could sell at my next art show. So take the time and just add a little bit extra. Doesn't take much. I probably won't sell this one. I'm not sure it's really the stopper that I want to have. I'm not really sure it's the stopper that I want to use. This was just for practice anyway, and I do need to clean it up a lot right here. But I really like the addition of the turtle and then doming it with the UV resin just to kind of encase these little shells in. And if we really want to get fancy, I could put some, you know, like crushed glass in here maybe. But I think for now, I'm just going to leave it like this.